Nature abhors a vacuum, and if we don't cover the ground intentionally, she will absolutely cover it for us with something else. That's where interesting ground covers come in. Plants that are low, spreading, and often fast growing can be one of the best tools we have for suppressing weeds, reducing maintenance, and protecting the soil. French country gardens feel timeless and inviting because they have this beautiful sense of softness and layering and relaxed abundance. Ground covers contribute to that by weaving everything together, softening harsh edges and creating gardens that feel interconnected and complete. Of course, we do need to be intentional with our choices because the very things that make ground covers really appealing and useful can also make them a nightmare if they start taking over the border and crowding out other plants. So please do use them with caution. But which varieties are a useful and interesting addition to your French country garden? I discovered pink Chablis lamium when researching a ground cover for my part sun, part shade hydrangea room. I already grow a yellow variety called Archangel out back that I actually inherited with the property. It's one of my favorite early bloomers for adding color and life to both sunny and shady spaces. Lamium is a moderately low growing ground cover in the mint family, known for its soft, variegated foliage, quick spreading habit, and long season of interest. It forms thick mats over time, attracts pollinators, and comes in a range of flower colors including pinks, purples, yellows, and white. Something that's good to know is that it can spread enthusiastically and may need occasional thinning to keep it tidy, but it's a great plant. Lily of the Valley is one of those timeless plants that instantly makes a garden feel established and romantic. I especially love it for woodland-style spaces and beneath mature trees where its fragrance drifts through the garden in spring. This low-growing perennial spreads into lush colonies of deep green foliage topped with delicate white bell-shaped flowers. It thrives in shade or part shade and brings a beautiful heirloom quality to traditional cottage and French country gardens. It's also incredibly fragrant, and when blooming en masse, it's undeniably romantic. An important caution, all parts of this plant are poisonous to people and pets, and it can spread aggressively in very favorable conditions. Its foliage can also resemble ramps, which are wild leeks, or even domestic leeks, so it's best not to grow it near alliums or in areas where it could be mistaken for something safely edible. Sherwood Purple Creeping Phlox is a variety I'm planning to introduce into the back of the property where I want more of that soft woodland cottage feeling. The lavender purple flowers are absolutely beautiful in spring. Sherwood Purple is a spreading woodland phlox variety that forms a low carpet of evergreen foliage covered in soft purple blooms. It's especially useful for shaded borders, woodland gardens, and path edges. It's good to know that generally this plant is very well behaved, but it can become kind of sparse or woody in spots without occasional trimming or good drainage. Lady's Mantle. It's one of the most romantic foliage plants you can grow in my personal opinion. I love the soft scalloped leaves and the way rain and morning dew collects on the surface. I don't have any in my garden yet, but my aunt has a patch that's ready to divide, so I'm excited to be getting some from her soon. Its low mounds of velvety foliage are topped with airy sprays of chartreuse flowers in late spring and early summer. It's good to know that this plant can self-seed readily if blooms aren't cut back after flowering, which might be to your advantage or it might be a problem for you, so just be aware. Elfin thyme is one of the most delicate and refined ground covers I have come across. It forms an ultra-low carpet of tiny aromatic leaves that softens pathways and stonework beautifully. This is a truly miniature creeping thyme that spreads slowly into dense cushion-like mats and produces tiny soft pink flowers in the summer. It's good to know that this plant needs excellent drainage and it really can struggle in heavy or consistently wet soil. And I've got a bonus variety here. I accidentally discovered how beautifully strawberries can work as a ground cover years ago, and ever since then I've used them as part of my ornamental planting schemes right alongside my roses. The variety I grow is an heirloom variety called Old North Sea, believed to trace back to a Viking settlement site in Denmark. It's good to know that because it is a runner-heavy strawberry type, it can spread beyond the intended areas if left unmanaged. Looking for a way to add a low layer that would hide naked rose and hydrangea feet while helping blend my shady border plantings together led me down this ground cover rabbit hole. When chosen intentionally and deployed wisely, ground covers can really reduce a tremendous tremendous amount of work in the garden over time. Less exposed soil means less watering, less weeding, and less constantly needing to mulch every bare patch. And there's also something really lovely about being able to deadhead roses in the morning with a coffee in hand while grazing on the strawberries that are growing at their feet. I've been trying to build a more consistent daily gardening ritual following the momentum that I found working on the hydrangea garden last week. So if you want to see whether I've managed to maintain that momentum, you can check out that video next, right here.